Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on just DCTV on the CW as a whole. So, obviously, there's been a lot of discussion around when the hell are we going to find out the premiere dates for shows like The Flash, season 9, its final season, as well as Superman and Lois season 3, and even the new show that's coming in of Gotham Knights. Of course, I'm sure the curiosity about Gotham Knights is probably lower than Flash and Superman and Lois, but you still got to include them. You got to be fair. Now we've been waiting, and we knew that heading into the end of November, if not the first week of December, that the CW would probably release their mid-season premiere dates for shows coming out in either mid to late January or really early February, and that's exactly what happened. However, there's been mass confusion because they named a bunch of shows that are coming back or returning in that time slot or in those time slots in mid to late January or mid to late January or early February. That's the best way to put it. But there's shows missing. And those are the shows I just mentioned: The Flash, Superman and Lois, and Gotham Knights, and even a show like Riverdale as well, which is also heading into its final season like The Flash is. And then I don't think they mentioned Nancy Drew. I don't even know if that show's airing at the moment. I don't think it is. So Nancy Drew's another show as well. Now, as you can see on screen right now, they did say, the CW mid-season premieres dates: Walker and Walker Independence, All American, Kung Fu Return, The Winchesters moves to a new time. Now, there's been a lot of speculation about there's a specific reason they're leaving it for much later in the year, and we're actually going to break down why I think they've left Flash, Superman and Lois, Gotham Knights, Riverdale out, because they don't actually premiere in this 2 to 3 week slot. But I think they're actually still going to premiere around this time of the year. They're just not solidified on dates, and they got to wait for things to play out. And we're going to break that down, as well as talk about something relating to Gotham Knights as well. But as this is from Deadline, this was just a general release. So Deadline don't think has the exclusive. This was just a general release, I think, by the CW. But it says the CW has set its mid-season premiere dates. The Winchesters is on the move to a new permanent time slot, returning at 9 p.m. Tuesday, January 24th, and will be preceded by an encore episode at 8. So obviously, I guess that might play their mid-season finale before that. I don't know. The third season of Kung Fu returns at 9 p.m. Wednesday, February 8. It's February 8. It's 8 p.m. Lead-in is still to be disclosed, with more mid-season dates coming in the next few weeks. They make sure to stress that, and I'm assuming that's because that's what was probably what was on the CW press release. It's like, hey, this is what we have at the moment. We'll let you know what's coming. When we solidify dates. Probably I'd say by the middle of December, probably by the time that shows at the moment end on the CW as they go into their mid-season break, just as a network as well. Return dates for The Flash, Superman and Lois, and the fourth and final season that's due, so it hasn't premiered yet, are TBD as well. So we'll break down where those will slot in because they make it clear that there's spaces in this schedule. The network's hit drama Walker will premiere its third season at 8 p.m. Thursday, January 12th, followed at 9 with the mid-season premiere of spin-off Walker Independence. And I think that those have both been airing. Oh no, that they'll premiere their third season, sorry, but Walker Independence has been going and they're halfway through their season. They only have 6 episodes left, and so does that show, The Winchesters. Once they come back in the mid-season, they only have 6 episodes to air. So that's an important thing to remember as well, with a handful of shows that are still yet to come back. And then it also mentions here about All American coming back and its spin-off, and then some other shows on a Friday, but Friday is not a massive day for the CW. But as you can see here, we have the mid-season return date. So on Thursday, January 12th, which isn't usually a day for CW, for DCTV stuff. I think Arrow was on a Thursday for 1 or 2 seasons, but that's when there was 5 or 6 DC shows on at the same time. So they had to spread them out. So the 2 Walker shows are there, but as I did say, Walker Independence will only have 6 episodes to air. So if they air back to back from that point, January 12th, they're over by the middle of February, or the second last week of February or something like that. So a show can easily slot in there. I don't know if they put a DC show there, but maybe Gotham Knights could slot in there. But I think they'll put another show in there, whatever one they have. I'm not too sure what they have. It's 9 to 10. It's not like the 8 to 9 slot, which is the more popular one. So they could probably put anything in there. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to ignore that Saturday stuff because it's just filler stuff. Don't have to worry about that day. That's just a one-off. Don't have to worry about Friday. Monday, the 2 All-Americans. I think, nothing to really look into too much there. But here is the dates that are more important, or the days, not the specific dates, but the days. So Tuesday and Wednesday, they're the classic DC nights on the CW. That's where like the Flash is always aired. Supergirl sometimes had it. Legends has sometimes had it. Arrow sometimes had it. And of course, Superman Lois has been on a Tuesdays, for its first two seasons. And Flash was on Tuesday for 7 seasons, and last season for season 8 was on Wednesday. And of course, Stargirl at the moment does air on a Wednesday as well. Now you can see here that the two time slots on both Tuesday and Wednesday are the 9 to 10 p.m. slot. The 9 to 10 p.m. slot. There's no 8 to 9, which, as you can see here on Monday, the early slot. So what's airing there? So I don't know what they're going to air necessarily on January 24th. Actually, we know they're airing on January 24th. I think they're airing the encore episode for that one, that specific week. But we don't know in the weeks going on. So as I said before, Winchester's will only have 6 episodes to go once it premieres. So if that premieres there, that's over by early March, maybe middle of March. They chuck like a week or two break in there as well. And with Kung Fu, they've been airing, like they've been on already. They started in October or whatever it is, so they're at their halfway point of the season as well. So I don't know how many episodes they have left to air, but they have a certain amount. Now, how I think it's going to play out is that at some point in this run with the Winchesters, maybe once it's been back for 3 weeks or something, so that would equal out about the middle of February, maybe last week of February. I think that's when Superman and Lois comes back, and it'll air from 8 till 9. And then maybe there might be like 2 or 3 weeks left of Winchesters. And then after those 2 or 3 weeks are over, that's when Gotham Knights is going to premiere. I would be very surprised if they did not play Gotham Knights after Superman and Lois. It's just they're going to try and get some viewers around it, even though I don't think there's that much faith from it, from like both internal and external, in regards to it going past its first season. But they're going to try and get some eyeballs on it and just see maybe it's a surprise, package and surprise performer, and it, you know, just catches everyone by surprise and does move forward. But I think they're going to use Superman and Lois to try and promote it, like they did with Naomi. Naomi sort of backed off, like rode off the back of Superman and Lois for like the first maybe 2 or 3 episodes, but unfortunately just couldn't hold on. It just couldn't hold on to the cape of Superman. He was flying too fast. So I think that's what they'll do here. As I said, I don't know how many episodes left with Kung Fu, but they've left that 8 to 9 p.m. slot open, which at the moment is filled by Stargirl, but Stargirl ends in 2 weeks. So there's only got 2 episodes left. So I could see maybe, I don't know if it'll be on February 8th. I don't think they actually specifically mentioned, if we go back up, anything about what's airing on February 8th before. So it says it's 8 p.m. Oh, yeah, we went over this. It's 8 p.m. lead in is still to be disclosed. So I think it's got to be Flash. Like, they're not going to, Flash is either on the Tuesday or the Wednesday here. And seeing that Kung Fu returns, 2 weeks after the Winchesters here, even though, they're both it's both their mid-season premieres. I don't know if Flash will necessarily premiere on this 8th of February, but I could see it premiering like a week or 2 later, just based off like how many episodes it has and everything like that. Like, they wouldn't want it to finish too late. You know what I mean? So I might do some expert Photoshop work here and write in what I think the schedule is going to be. I get at least in the weeks to follow this week here, like what'll be on a Tuesday, what'll be on a Wednesday, and everything like that. Like, I'd be surprised if it's anything different than that. At least with the Flash, I'd be surprised if they move the Flash from Wednesdays, just because why put it there for one season with season 8, and then you have Superman and Lois coming in, which has always been on a Tuesday, and I think they're going to use that to promote Gotham Knights. I'd be very surprised that's not the case. But as I said, or as the article said, they're going to announce some more stuff in the next few weeks. So keep your eyes out for that, I guess, which will, hopefully confirm all the shows and when they're coming back. But obviously, Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is a big question mark heading into it. We've had that trailer which came out. It wasn't really that well received. It sort of gave you maybe the reception to Batwoman sort of vibes. And Batwoman season 1 was better than what that initial trailer was. Was it an amazing season? No, but it was better than what that trailer was back whenever it came out. So it makes you wonder whether Gotham Knights will be the same package. I haven't really seen anyone that's on the show outside of the guy that plays Harvey Dent. Can't remember the actor's name off the top of my head. And even then, it's been minimal. So I have really no major expectations in regards to the performance side of things. I'm just basing off the trailer, which wasn't that great. So you'd hope that maybe there's some fixy-uppy sort of stuff that has happened since that point and leading into the production of I don't know what episode they'd be at. They're probably like halfway through the season right now. So up to that point, there's been some fix ups there and some, look, reading responses and changing things up based off that. But I just don't know how the show is going to perform out of the gate. I feel bad for it because I think it's just a show that's just destined to be DOA or dead on arrival. And you don't want to say that for a show. You want a show to have a fighting chance, but I just have this bad feeling it's DOA, and it's pretty much canceled before it even airs, which is a sad thing for people involved. But I don't know. That initial trailer just didn't really grab you, did it? It wasn't terrible, but just wasn't. It was just very dated, as I said. So, but I want to be proven wrong with that. I want to watch it and go, oh my god, this is actually really good. There's actually a good story here. And prove me wrong, slap me across the head and call me silly. So that's what you want. I think most people want that as well. Obviously, some people want to be right. It's like, oh, I was right. This sucked. I can be negative. But you can say something like, oh, this looks bad. And then it impresses you and like, oh, I was wrong. You take it in. You take a minor L, if you want to call it, and you just enjoy the show. Will that be the case with Gotham Knights? It's a wait and find out, like 100%, but fingers crossed. But yeah, obviously, in the next couple of weeks or next few weeks, whenever it is specifically, and they release more of this confirmation of premiere dates, we'll get around to talking about it. And then that'll sort of give us like an estimation in regards to trailers. But I think now at this point, because it looks like Flash and Superman and Lois and even Gotham Knights won't premiere until at least middle of February at the earliest, or around that mid-February, maybe early February. Um, I would assume that like trailers probably won't come out till shows like up here, like Walker, like January 12th. I think that's when you'll probably get the trailers for the shows around that point. Maybe on like the Tuesday or Wednesday before they might release the trailers, so then they can play while these shows are on, and then when all these shows come back and everything like that. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome. You could drop a like on it, show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions about this. Do you have a difference of opinion in regards to when the shows might come out? Are you a bit annoyed that they're a bit later than you might have thought? I was expecting that late January to like early-ish February time. I think if we start heading into almost March, then it's a bit late, especially like when other shows are ending around like that early February time as well. You think you just put another show in there, but yeah, let me know your opinions down there in the comments. And of course, also let me know your thoughts on Gotham Knights. Do you think it's gone? Do you think it's pretty much DOA, or do you think there's a fighting chance? Let me know. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.